What's up, this is GM, and before I start, I want to tell you about TubeBuddy. In case you don't know, TubeBuddy is a free website that will help you manage and grow your YouTube channel. Thanks to them, some of my videos even show up as top results. Want to give them a try? Check the description below for the link. Today's product is Dictopro's x100, which I have on this side, and x200, which I have on this side. So with them, they both come with a charging cable, which is your standard micro USB to USB. They both came with headphones. They both came with user manuals as well, very detailed user manuals. And then only the X200 comes with a carrying case that I have over here. And as you can see, it's a pretty long one, so it can go in and doesn't just like stick out. They didn't really waste they didn't want to waste your money by just making it barely fit in. It will go in and you can fold it and all that good jazz. Alright, so the reason I thought these products are nice to show is for those of you who might want to record lectures for school or for your own personal notes. I am one of those people. I do record a lot of lectures during school, and I tried using both of these, and I found they were both excellent products. So when it comes to these two products, I feel like they're both perfect for anybody who needs this for school or just needs to record audio for any reason that they can kind of store and use. Not maybe for, let's say, YouTube. I wouldn't suggest recording something on this and then uploading it to YouTube. This is more just for your own personal notes, quick and easy. And I'll go over why I think this is a little bit better than your phone as well. So I sit about halfway up my auditorium, which means that I can hear my professor. My phone cannot. My phone won't be able to pick up the slight voice of my lecturer, but these can. These are made to pick up sound from quite a far away, pretty much location. I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's like 100 feet each or something like that. Like, they pick up audio from really far away, and that's really nice. So you don't have to be sitting right up in the very front row, because I usually notice people recording lectures in the front row. I used to be like that, and I hated doing that. This lets me pretty much not have to come to classes like earlier than everyone else, so I can get a good seat. I can just sit wherever, plop this out, and record the lecture, no problem. Something that I feel like my phone will have better audio quality maybe. That's of course depending on your phone, but this will actually pick up every bit of audio that I need, so I don't miss even a little bit of anything. So yeah, as I said, they both have great range, pick up all the words without a hiccup. So let's start with some similarities. So they're both 8 gigabytes. They can do quite a number of hours of recording. I think it was like over 500 for both. Of course, that will vary based on what audio quality settings that you put them on. And just so you know, I'm not going to show how to use them because I feel the manuals do a perfect job of that. I just want to give you an idea of which one you might want to go for, just based off of my own personal experience. So anyways, back to some similarities. They're both small, so they're easy to take with you. As you can see, this one is about just from the beginning of my fingers down to the bottom of my palm. This one's a little bit bigger, bottom of my palm going slightly into my fingers. So this one is obviously a little bit bigger for thickness. This white one is definitely a little bit thicker, and just so you can keep track, I'm keeping the X100 on the left side and the X200 on the right side. But yeah, and then it is a little bit longer this way as well for the X100, that is. So yeah, the X100 might be a little bit bulkier for some of you, but again, it is still very small. So unless, you know, having about like half an inch is gonna bother you, pretty much the dimensions shouldn't matter too much. But yeah, let's go to some differences. So the X200, as I said, is smaller, and it weighs a lot less. I would say it probably weighs half as much as the X100. And the X200 also has a more modern look. As you can see, it just looks kind of more up to date, I guess you could say. And X200 is a newer model, so I would expect it to look newer. However, I feel like the aluminum build of the X100 makes it much more sturdy. it makes me feel like I won't break it easily. Even though the x200 is also made of aluminum, I think the x100 just overall feels like it's sturdier. Just something I've also noticed now actually is that the x200 kind of leaves some fingerprint smudges a little bit more than the x100, and I think that's because the screen on this is a little bit smaller. The screen on this is a little bit bigger, so you can see the smudges a little bit more. Not that it really matters because you're not really using this to watch anything, you know, it's just to record audio, so that's not a real big deal, but that could be something some of you might want to know about, so thought I'd toss it in real quick. The x100 also has more buttons, which makes the controls a lot easier to use. It's pretty much a little more user-friendly in my opinion, so you can see it has the record button, a menu, a play, then on the side the on and off switch, volume, and then on this side, up and down, and a lock button. And then on the bottom you just have your charging point, and then this is where you can put in your headphones and a line in as well. Meanwhile, the x200 has fewer buttons. It just has this big one right here for recording, and then on the side it has like volume up and down, which is also your up and down. Pause, play, forward, back, just going back in general, power button. I feel like the buttons, although it seems like they have the same buttons, the function of each button on them are different. So I feel like personally the x100 is a little bit more user-friendly, especially if you don't want to learn all, like the x100 I just picked up and started using right away. I didn't need to read the manual to get it to start working. The x200 I had to read the manual on a couple small things just to make sure I could use it. So if you're okay with reading the manual, which I mean I suggest you read the manual anyways, then the x200 might be more for you anyways. But yeah, so the x200 has a pretty big benefit though, which is a password. It'll let you put a 4-digit PIN on it so people can't go snooping into your audio files, which could be a good thing if, let's say, you're a reporter and you're recording files on here. You want people to be able to access it so easily. The x200 is also newer, as I mentioned, which doesn't necessarily mean it's better, but for some of you it might make a pretty big difference. I don't know how much of a gap in release dates they are, but this one is definitely newer, I can tell you that much. And you can tell just based on the style itself also, this one looks like it would be a more modern and newer style. Personally, I think they both give great audio, and I didn't see much of a difference in quality of the audio, except maybe the x200 has a slightly better sound quality. Again, it's kind of hard to tell because even when I recorded with both of them together, I couldn't really see much of a difference because it's not like I'm gonna put them right up against each other when I'm recording. I separated them a bit, and then someone on my right gets up, this one will pick it up a little bit more. Someone on my left, this picks up a little bit more. So, you know, it's a little hard to see a difference in my opinion. I thought they were both pretty equal. Maybe the x200 did have slightly better audio quality, but again, it's really hard to tell. There are some other differences and similarities, but these are, in my opinion, the bigger ones when deciding which one is best for you. Personally, I would say I prefer the x100 for the sake of it feeling more sturdy. Personally, I am very clumsy and have already dropped both of these a few times. As you can see, they're both still in pretty good condition, but you know, I feel like just mentally thinking about it, dropping the x100 and dropping the x200, I feel like I won't break the x100 as easily. I don't know why, considering they're both aluminum, but that's just, I think, a mental thing. But the x200 also seems sturdy, as I said, but for you guys it might also be a big factor that it is thinner, smaller, comes with a carrying case, newer model, so that is a very appealing side of the x200 as well, which is why I got it as well, so I could, you know, do a little comparison here. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Link to these products are in the description below. Be sure to check out TubeBuddy below as well. Thanks for watching.